Okay, so all that's left for us to do is to implement the final task of converting a string from lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase. So let's go ahead and implement that now. So let's start with to upper. And I've already covered the logic that goes behind this in another video. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and go back and check that out. I'm not going to be going too long in depth into this because, like I said, there is another video. So if you're kind of confused, go check that out again. And reference that first, and then come back here and have a look. So first we need to get the value of the second argument, and we'll put it into RBX for reference. And that's just going to be the RSI plus 16, right? So that's going to be our second command line argument that was passed. And then we're going to move the same thing into RAX. And then we will call print string, call print new line, and then we will jump ASM main end. So this should output the string as it was passed, unchanged, which is the first requirement of this task. And then we'll hop back in and move on to the next requirement. So here, what we need to do is we'll set up a routine here to go to upper loop. So we'll call it upper loop, and then this will just be simply defined as, so what we'll do is we'll move the byte value of RBX into AL so that we can reference it better. We'll compare AL to 0 to check if we have a terminating character. If we do, then so we'll jump if it's equal to new line, which just simply calls a new line before we end our routine. And then otherwise, we still have characters. So we're add a valid character along the string that was passed. So we'll compare our AL to lowercase a, which is our lower bound. Jump if it's below to print lower, or print upper, sorry. I forgot which loop we were working on. And then we'll then compare, so if we don't have something below this A value, we'll compare AL to Z. And then we'll jump if it's above that to just printing the value. So here we know we have a lowercase. So we'll go ahead and subtract from AL the value of A, and then we'll add to AL the value of capital A, and then we will print upper, and then that's just call print char, increment RBX, and jump to our upper loop. Save that, make, and we have a typo, so it's just new ln. And make, and we can see here that test 5 now runs. So let's hop back in and we'll do the same process for to lower. Delete this line, copy it in and paste it, because all we need to do is just compare now to an uppercase. So we'll change this to be our lower loop. So again, if we have a byte, or we don't have any more bytes, i.e. we're at a terminating character, then we'll jump to new line. Otherwise, we still have characters, so we'll jump to print lower this time. And we'll compare this to an uppercase, and we'll again jump to print lower. And then we'll subtract the uppercase value and add on the lowercase value. This will keep our offset, as was explained in the other video. And then we'll print lower. And then our process here is the same, but we need to jump to our lower loop. Make. And we can see here that we have the correct output.